Lesson 2, Structure and Opening the Joints. Today's lesson focuses on structure in Qigong, fostering a good alignment whilst opening and loosening the joints. Developing our structure, we follow the concept of building a mountain from the ground up. To enter into our practice, we step into our Wu Ji posture, bringing the heels about a fist distance apart, opening the feet, softening through the ankles, bending the knees slightly, squatting down and aligning the knees in the direction of the second toe, balancing between left and right, forwards and back, up and down, coming into center, hanging from the top of your head, breathing deeply into the whole of the body and exhale completely. Stepping into our Tai Chi posture, with your left foot, take a step out and bring the feet parallel. This is our ready stance. We follow the same principles of alignment by opening the ankles, bending the knees, squatting the pelvis down, aligning the knees with the second toe. Finding that center of the spine, balance that between the center of the feet, and then balance between left and right, the weight forwards and back, and a balance between up and down. Hanging from the top of the head, breathing in deeply into the whole body, and then exhaling completely. Let's begin with our opening salutation. First of all, let's look at how we squat in our structure with a little bit more detail. And this is central to all of Tai Chi and Qigong. So we want to use the hip or the inguinal crease, or what's called the Kwa in Chinese, to squat down, to lower our center of gravity. We don't ever want to squat and push the knees forwards. So a squatting motion, the knees can travel up just before the toes and the hips sit down over the heels. You lower your center of gravity very softly, like taking the air out of a bicycle tire, whilst maintaining an upright spine. When we raise out of the squat, the knees are soft, the hips are soft, we never lock the legs or the hips back. So our Qigong squat is sinking down, lowering the center of gravity softly, keeping the knees aligned with the toes, shoulders over the hips, and when we raise out of our squat slightly, the knees do not straighten and the hips and the lower back do not lock. So that's an express version of how we squat in our Qigong practice. Let's use that learning now, and we'll go through our expanding Qigong and starting off by focusing on the structure. So just in case your posture has gone a little bit awry, the toes point forwards, the knees align with the toes, the hips are softening down, pelvis is in a bowl position, the spine is swimming upright, and the arms start by relaxing down to the trouser seams. Sinking back into the hips, so coming into that hip squat, rounding the arms like they're embracing a balloon, then pushing out of the legs slightly as the palms reach up. You can lift the chin away from the collarbones, shoulders are nice and soft here. And slowly start to sink back down into the hips. The hands are going to roll over, facing down to the floor, and then relaxing to your sides, back into your Tai Chi stance. Sink back, rounding the arms, spine stays vertical, rounding through all the posture. And softening down. Coming into our ancestral whiskers, bringing the palms out to the sides. Really important here to keep the shoulders, elbows and wrists relaxed. We still have gentle curving in the arms, so we're not locking the arms out straight, we're not locking the legs at all. Sink down into your Qigong squat. Palms are reaching out towards the horizon here. Focusing on keeping the knees facing the second toe, so that when you're turning your waist side to side, the knees aren't going to crowd in. So a good structure is to keep the knees going forwards and backwards and letting the navel and the waist turn without compromising the knees. Turning the waist. One knee forwards, one knee back, softening through the arms like the arms are being spun out by the navel turning left to right. Maintaining pelvis like a bowl, an upright spine. The weight is centered. Left, right, forwards, back, up and down. Releasing through the shoulders, elbows and wrists as you turn. Coming back to the front, into monkey holds cauldron. Reset your alignment, building a mountain from the ground up, ankles, knees, hips, spine, hanging down from above, palms relaxing in an embracing shape. Stirring cauldrons. The same momentum as ancestral whiskers will be turning the waist from left to right, and the knees are only going to be aligned with the toes. So come into really good awareness from all the muscles from the knees up into the waist here. Pelvis like a bowl, spine swimming upright. As you shift to one side and turn the waist, the arms here are counterbalanced. Not locking, not raising up at all. Stir in your cauldron in one direction, maintaining a good alignment, especially in the knees, so not letting the knees crumble in. As you turn this way, the knee is only facing towards the second toe. And really, you may not want to focus on the hands too much, instead feeling into the bones and the muscles around the knee, so that you can stabilize the joints whilst rotating. And let's go to the other side, shifting to one side, reaching the palms out, not bringing the spine with it. So the spine is upright, the lower body is rooted and ready. stir in your cauldron left to right. And then come back to center, gently sway the cauldron, reset the alignment back into your Tai Chi stance. The next movement is the owl gazing back at the moon, coming into your reset structure once again, bringing the palms up into an embracing balloon shape, similar to our expanding Qigong. Keeping the knees aligned with the toes, pelvis like a bowl, keeping the center in the center, so balancing left, right, forwards and back, and then a bit of up and down. Turning the waist, rotating the palms to one side, pushing as if you're holding onto a boulder, pushing up a hill. The spine is upright, the pelvis is level, rotating the spine horizontally to a comfortable position on your side. Then circle the palms back. Good structure in the lower body as you turn the waist. And bring your owl to the other side. Elbows not high, shoulders not hiked up. Heels of the palms pressing to the heels of the feet. Good structure in the knees, not allowing the knees to crowd in, aligning them in the direction of the second toe, so you don't want them super wide either. Coming back. Keep awareness in the lower body. One more each side. Coming back to center and releasing. Standing practice, Hajam Jung, into Tai Chi stance. Reset your posture, build the mounting from the ground up, opening the ankles, softly bending the knees, sinking into the hip squat, pelvis like a bowl, not tipping one way or the other. Finding that center of the center in all the 6 directions, up and down. Unwrap the shoulders a little, so we're not standing like this, so an unwrapping, shoulder blades gently hanging down the back, elbow creases slightly rotated to the front, and palms down by the trouser seams. Softening through the muscles. Close the mouth and the teeth. Just start to notice your breath. And then natural breathing is where we inhale and fill the lower abdomen, side ribs, lower back, and they expand as we inhale. And on the exhale, everything releases gently. Air comes through the nose. Inhale down towards the base of the torso. Breathing longer, deeper and fuller. And then exhale, release gently, long breath out through the nose. Maintain a good structure in your rooted and ready stance. This gives the lungs a lot of space to be able to take a full breath. 2 more natural breaths. Settling, inhale, raising up. Exhale, sinking down, pressing down. Maintain a good structure for closing.